Hello, and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's do some more TacTeam Civ 6 with Filthy Robots. How are you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Do you get to take a breather from the argument? And we're not.
Refuse to call that an argument. I would call
that. No. I think you're perceiving it already like I'm saying an argument's a bad thing. It's not. An argument is just a disagreement or like a discussion. Like I guess a discussion would probably be a better term.
Terms, what we're doing right there. We're talking about strategy here, and one of the things that's going to require is we really look at that, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever watched Monty Python? The guy. What happens here?
Yes.
Will he go for that?
No. He's a scout. He doesn't care. The player scouts will. The barb scouts don't. They seem to ignore all your non-combat units.
Yeah, they will pillage though, like you mentioned, if they end up just happenstance on the right target.
Yeah. Just the traders though, not like they won't pillage land. They'll just pillage the trader, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
the trader just runs into it is what happens.
What happens if he ends up on the missionary?
Well, it's not that the barb moved onto your trader. It's that the trader just runs into the barb. I think.
I see. Okay. So, but anyway, yeah. So there's a thing with Monty Python, with the guy who says like, I'm here for an argument, right?
Yeah, and he comes to abuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So you did want to convert Boston.
I came for an argument and I got abused. What is the take home from that, Arumba?
I'm thinking with this missionary. We go 1 convert on Boston and then 2 on Geneva. That flips Geneva because we'll have 4 out of 7. And then Boston's going to be at 2 out of 6, and then we just let the passive pressure from Washington and Geneva take care of Boston.
Could do. If you're gonna, either way you do that, step 1 tile east before you convert.
Yeah, I was just Yep. Might as well, right? Because he's going to use up all of his moves.
Cool.
And let's just confirm that we got 2 out of the population. Yes,
we should actually get a proper.
We have 3.
Yeah, we already had, because Washington has had its religion for X number of turns.
Okay. So. It'd be really cool if you could see the fractional value of religious pressure.
Oh, it would absolutely amazing. It gets more complex with multiple religions too because they compete with each other. And in Civ 5 at least, it like undermines another religion. So let's say all the followers are one religion or the other. To convert a population point requires you like unconvert another one first. And I'm not exactly sure how that worked.
And a crossbow. Well, we can do that right now and get some money from this guy.
Why don't we wait till a turn we can shuffle cards and then see if it gives us 2 envoys when we shuffle cards.
That's not a bad idea. Hey, we're into the Renaissance. Turns out
that was a mistake, Ben.
Why?
Because we could have completed the quest and then got an immediate another quest.
Yeah, totally forgot about cartography.
That's the same value. I guess that's the same value.
Yeah, they didn't change the new quests, but yeah, we could have had it. Oh, Levante wants us to convert them.
Yep.
Which will take us up to this point for free, which is great.
Yep.
And they're going to give us wheat, apparently.
But that's one other thing. That's kind of annoying because we're already sitting there like dealing with. Well, we want this, but we don't want to hit it yet because Eureka and inspiration bonuses. There's a third reason that you want to delay shit because you're trying to complete the existing city-state quest before you get to the new era. Because what it does, it doesn't remove your old quests, but the only quest you're only going to get 1 per era quest with a city-state. So we could have got 2 quests in a row if we had just waited a little bit.
All right, I see no reason to use this specific guy's charges versus just having this guy go like 3 moves.
Do we pay unit upkeep on missionaries?
No, I don't think so. Let's look it up.
Okay. What did it say there?
Yes, every unit that has maintenance, it shows you.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
No, show me.
No, I've been messing with this a lot. I noticed that, for example, in the very, very beginning of the game, right, there's that military policy here that gives, here.
Yeah, the 1 per.
Right,
yeah.
which is pretty powerful, right? But there's, I had incorrectly assumed that every unit had maintenance costs, all military units. Mm. What I learned is that if you look at, say, well, you can actually see them in here. Damn it. If you look here at a slinger, there's nothing listed under the requirements, right? Just the base cost 35 gold and the base cost 35 production, right? And then
I thought it's 4 to 1 of production to gold. Why is the purchase cost equal to the production cost for a slinger?
Well, I think I don't know. It's still it's quadruple that. You want to buy it. Okay. Then you also take a look at a warrior. Same thing. You're going to see these numbers, no maintenance costs. The very first unit that you might buy that's going to have maintenance costs is an archer, and it lists it right there. 1 gold per turn.
Awesome.
Okay, you go to light cavalry. No, it's just cavalry. Is this right? No, that's way too strong. What's it called?
Horseman? Or heavy chariot?
Yep, horseman. They cost 2. So it always lists the price.
That's really useful.
So yeah, so missionaries don't cost, and so missionaries don't cost, builders don't cost, scouts don't cost, slingers don't cost. But when you first make the decision to upgrade from a slinger to an archer, you have to be factoring that cost in. That if I do this upgrade, I am adding 1 gold per turn in maintenance as well.
It's really interesting. That's really cool.
So there's advantage to warriors, and I think spearmen have maintenance as well, but warriors do not. So that's even more of an argument for not building spearmen.
Yeah.
So warriors are actually pretty solid.
So no, there's no reason then for using up that missionary relative to just using the next one.
Right. Although we can't actually get to it. No, we can.
Yeah, we can. And this is the problem. This is that same graphical glitch that happens when you're inside the borders. Yeah. Okay, and that converted. Now that shouldn't convert.
Well, it's at 5.
What it is? Is it within 10 of the capital?
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah,
so that's exactly why Boston and Geneva both converted from that, because our capital's passive pressure in this time period had already given one population of Geneva had converted to our cap's religion.
Yep. Cool. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been upgrading these archers, is that functionally they're just they're kind of hanging out. But yeah, the crossbowman has more maintenance.
Nice.
So you park the unit in the tile and then only upgrade it if it has a look at actually 3 maintenance costs. So you triple the maintenance cost for no benefit functionally unless you need the turn. So if he's just hanging out here, you better just leave him till you need to upgrade him.
Yep.
So what do you think?
I want a mine there.
Yeah, I mean we're working on this thing in 2 turns, so.
Yep.
Let's
and we can probably get it down to 0 right now, right?
Wait a minute.
Probably finishes it.
We got to remove the improvement, then remove the forest.
I've never removed the improvement. Does it take an action to do that? A cost, a charge?
I don't know. Let's see if there's a thing in it. Is it called a builder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it say specifically? No.
No.
Well, let's find out. We got 2 builds. Science. That sounded a lot like the fix a tile.
And it did the little fixer dance too.
Yeah, still got his builds.
Still got 2 left. Okay.
All right.
This scout is really slowing us down.
I think we just take to the water. Yeah, so we got cartography. We can go through the deep water. How much movement will they have in water?
I want to say 3 as well, but I don't know that. Look, it's treating it like a river. It's 3 movement to embark.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny.
What's that?
I was gonna say I think it's kind of funny how we have this horde of missionaries trying to cross the desert to go and teach people about our beliefs.
That's right.
So. I don't know. I'm kind of the opinion that charges, again, going back to this argument from the last episode, without actually hopefully talking for the next 20 minutes about it, spending the point as soon as possible on a city that's going to convert and then immediately start pressuring things makes more sense to me than trying to spend 4 charges on a big city.
Possibly. You might actually be right.
Or 3 charges. Not to mention, again, we have the plus faith per turn, which is huge.
The plus faith per turn is a big decider here for me too.
All right, I had already told you to fortify. What are you doing? Sit tight.
Move 1 east.
He won't attack it, right? So.
Right.
All right, should we scout this or no?
Yeah, but go west. Not. Oh, you mean that little spot there? No, go west. Go meet another continent. Now that we have deep water.
Okay, we might be a good idea to cycle through these and just see what they are.
Yeah.
Religious conversion, train what now? A bombard. What is that?
An upgrade off a catapult. Yeah.
Okay. And diplomatic service and gunpowder.
What is diplomatic service?
Don't know.
I don't know what that is either.
Looks like it's not.
They want us to research the Eureka for a tech diplomatic service. Diplomatic service, I think, is spies, which is not actually that far. It's a social policy. Yeah, this one. A little bit east, a little bit to the right, rather. Right there. Diplomatic service, the green one. Yep.
Have an alliance is what they want us to do.
Oh, that's going to be hard to do. Okay.
Hey, well, we're not going to kill Congo, right? He's our buddy.
Yeah, we could have an alliance with him.
He's only unfriendly because we're not converting him. He's just pissed about it.
Yep.
Moving forces near their cities.
Yeah, that's your warrior and archer, by the way. That's triggering that.
So
is that kind of ridiculous?
Yeah, I mean, he's just hanging out trying to block the barb camp from spawning. I mean, we can pull him back.
It's like 3 eras older units, so.
I don't know. I feel like we just park him on the actual tile. If a camp spawns...
See if it reduces it. I'm curious what the radius is for that. I wonder how many tiles.
I also wonder if it's instantaneous or not. No. Well, moving forces was still -1. Let's just wait.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the deal where you just give them extra stuff?
To make them happier?
Yeah,
I haven't. You could.
Yeah, it gives them opinion. Yeah. You can come through our borders if you want. Favorable trades to them, +10.
That's quite a lot for something as weak as that. We should give open borders to both the other AIs right now then, because like that will run it out sooner. We won't actually be annoyed by that.
I cannot accept. She said no.
She doesn't like us. We're on a different continent. Isn't one of her things like she likes people on the same continent as her?
Probably. He doesn't want it either. Probably because they don't know about our territory and they don't want to march through it or something.
I don't know.
Could be.
Could just be based on the timing. There you go. Dangerous waters.
I do like how they're all like
That's someone who works.
they've got special dialogue relative to them. You know.
Yeah, it's good. It is good.
All right, so we get some
Amenity
more.
garrison unit would be nice. So, where are we in production right now? What's your immediate production goals right now? What do you want to do in the next period of time, and how long? So, I guess before anything else, how long before we switch policies again? How long are we stuck with the policy decisions we're making this turn?
Looks like the shortest we could do would be the military training. We've not even.
Is there one before that?
No, we're
Okay.
So we got 7 turns, 11 turns.
Versus 21 turns with 2 markets, which you aren't going to get a boost on. Why is guilds more expensive than divine right? I just assume they'd be exactly equal when they're in the same tree like this.
Yeah,
No, it looks like the central ones are more expensive than the peripheral ones.
Yeah. 385, 290.
So we're going to have this social policy choice for a while here.
That's a really interesting observation that the edges are always more expensive. Well, not always. This is 110
Well,
across
the
the board.
4s as opposed to the 2s.
Yeah, but look, 70, 70, 50,
Yeah.
50. So the outer edges are more expensive. Or, sorry, less expensive. That's really weird.
Huh.
Interesting catch. I don't know. I normally would have built an encampment by now, but just because I like them, I don't know. I like getting great generals. I've always loved great generals because they give you such a competitive edge just having them adjacent to your military units. They're fun.
Yeah, but they don't anymore, right? They now give you bonuses based on era, which means that if you get one early, like it's not useful in the mid game.
Completely? What?
Yeah,
It
go
says
look
right
at
here.
them.
+5 combat and +1 movement to Renaissance and Industrial era land units within
Yep.
2 tiles. Okay.
That's right. And the ancient, if you get them earlier, it's ancient and classical, and then it's Renaissance, industrial, etc., etc. Yeah, and that's their retirement bonus. When you retire them, you get some one-time trigger effect.
So basically, you retire them when you move into new era.
Yeah, or if there's some other use for it. Like sometimes it's like one of them is like promote a unit one more time or stuff like this. So.
Yeah, I think we decided to go ahead and remove.
Yep.
Which is normally, I mean, maybe worry about the extra production, but we did test this. I did essentially that video. I don't know if you watched it or not, but the
Yeah.
it's like a 1-minute little clip, and yep, the production does roll over. It stores it even though it doesn't show it on the turn. So we can just go ahead and do this right now.
Yep.
That is really good because there's a lot of games that don't track it that way.
Oh,
It's
really?
like-
That'd be annoying.
Yeah, Galactic Civilizations 3 for 1. So like, I'm tempted just to flip New York because the sooner it starts converting, the better.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of what I was saying at the end of that discussion. Is it might just be better than to kind of do it as we roll towards it. So, but let's do this guy's already no, not with this guy though, because this guy has paid the cost to embark already. So let's get some use out of his extra range. Yeah, for this one I like. For the guy who's already paid the cost to embark, let's go down to like there and start spreading. Or were you not spreading to that one? I can't remember now. You just wanted the little ones first, huh?
Well, I was going
How
to
many more missionaries do we have? Either way, like
ton.
this guy probably passed. If you path with that missionary to even the littlest one, I bet you he gets there faster going through the water, right?
Which guy? This guy?
Mm-hmm. So if you were to go, you want to get to the 3 over there? What's the quickest path? Yeah.
Yeah,
So down to the water.
it's going to keep him on the water for sure. There's roads here, so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Although
the
it's
forerunner.
not utilizing the roads, is it?
I would probably go for here, the 7-turn,
Okay.
7-turn arrival versus the
Looks good.
9-turn.
Sure.
Yep, and so these guys don't need to do anything there. I'd still probably use just 1 there. I mean,
Yeah, either or, just at least 1. Whatever flips it quick. I mean, it has now 2 pressure points on it, and we're going to give it a 3rd soon.
that took a lot of movement for some reason. 2. And what's this? 2. Oh, there's hills there, apparently. All right, you have just finished something. The industrial zone is now complete. Workshop?
Yep. Absolutely.
Pay the price to embark?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's far enough away that's going to give pretty good return.
Yeah, it's definitely saying it's better to go to the water.
Okay. Clear that camp out. We just have this one annoying scout roaming around.
That's a hill, but we have force move. Hey. Uh-oh.
This is probably who's killed everybody.
Yeah. I have to imagine that it is. Let's check out the world rankings and see. Let's get these. Only got 74 points.
Maybe not then. Well, you could trade with her and see what cities she has available, and that should tell us. We should be looking for capital names of other players, right?
We're leading for domination victory still.
Then how did these other players die?
I don't know.
Like, we should be tied at the very most, right? Because we have one other capital.
Maybe they just ran out of food. They all just suffered.
So yeah, let's see. So no, she doesn't have any. I mean, yeah, she doesn't have any special named cities. So someone else, I guess we haven't met still.
She's only +3 with the.
Why is
borders.
first impressions of us negative?
I don't know, probably because we look ugly or something. Right,
She doesn't like your face.
I think we may have excess dyes. We do. Do you want to trade these dyes away?
Are we gonna settle cities ever again?
Someday. Oh, right. We were talking at the beginning of this episode. You were saying, hey, what's your immediate production goals? And didn't actually talk about it much.
Oh, and we passed the turn, so we didn't get to didn't get our social policy rejigger either. Kind of sucks.
No, we haven't passed the turn yet. That little exclamation lets you know that they're free of this
okay.
turn.
Okay.
No.
We should do that.
So we got to decide on immediate production. Yeah. We've got the workshop, industrial site. I mean, that one's going to need to build a workshop after.
My preference here would be to get our settlements out if we're going to do that. Our settlers out.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I think, all right.
4 more cities is 8 more faith just via conversion, and they'll be very easy to convert because they just need to have one person.
Is that one 2 faith? Is the belief actually 2 faith per city or 2 faith per foreign city? I think it's 2 faith per foreign city. No, it's every city. Oh no, and other. Yep. So it's foreign cities.
Okay, so no benefit from that then, but
we do need them to start building the buildings that we want out of them. So we do need that to occur. So I guess we could do settlers here. We could switch over. We could drop. Well, we're going to want builders too, though. It depends. Do you want to build just like 4 settlers in a row, then switch over to builders? Is that how we want to do this? Just to get the cities planted for. I think we do, right? Where's the next settler policy? There is another policy that makes settlers cheaper in the like and gives them like 2 pop when they spawn or something like that. I don't know where it is though. Yeah, it's like mousing over a bunch of these. Can you just check the ones on our? I remember it being in the south part of the tree or the bottom part of the tree. I don't know why I keep doing that, but no, it's not that. Go to the right.
You think it's all the way to the right? It's got to be an economic policy, right?
Yeah, it's definitely an economic. I think it might be civil engineering. Does that sound right? That's the next one for workers. What about?
Ooh, that one's just an upgraded version of the plus 30% production from the beginning of the game and the plus 2 build. It merges the two apparently.
What's the opera ballet one? God, it must be much later
there
than I
it
remember.
is.
Okay.
Settler costs reduced.
And it combines the purchasing policy, but that's so far away. I don't think we want to wait that long. Okay.
I want to check that thing you said. You thought that the policy for cheaper builders went away.
Yeah.
And it looks like you are definitely correct, right? Because we've only got this one.
Yeah.
It didn't mention that it was going to make it go away.
No, there's a couple that replace it too. You at some point there's a military policy that gives you +1 amenity for having a garrisoned unit, and at some point that just goes away too, and it gets replaced with something that I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember what it does, and I don't even remember if it's exactly the same. It might not even be like 2 amenities. It might just be something different.
I would go for the production towards settlers, and then I would buy builders with gold, or wait a little bit on the builders because.
Okay, then let's do this. I'm okay with that, but before we switch it, let's buy one more builder somewhere.
I don't know that we can afford one. Yes, we can. Okay, where would you want them? I would say we would want a builder for this area. Would be nice.
Yeah, and there's a couple tile improvements in our cap that would be really good right now, right? At least the hill production on that hill, for example, and a couple others maybe.
The other advantage to going settlers next is we can knock the pop
Yeah.
down a little bit in Washington and get the amenities squared away.
Yeah, I like it. So let's purchase a builder here.
Okay, and then we change the policy to
Yep.
settlers.
Agreed.
No other points
Now
in
we-
changing these?
I was just wondering about this. So
Well, we have 2 envoys we could send. Let's go just take a quick look at the city-states. We have Paris, Preslav, Zanzibar, and Kabul.
You know what I'm holding out for, right?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
The district production thing. So you don't want to spend points on these guys?
I don't. We have no commercial hubs, so getting more points than one and then is totally
Hey,
pointless.
we're producing units, though. Settlers are a unit.
Oh, that's interesting.
We could get +4 raw production. And then that gets multiplied by the 50%. So that's +6 production towards settlers. That's not bad. Not to mention the suzerains are what? What do we get? We could get... Your light and heavy cavalry units have +5 strength when fighting on hill tiles. And your units receive double experience from battles that they initiate.
Those are not at all useful. And we probably won't get suzerain off these anyways, because we're not going to be sending 3 to either of them. So that's the minimum required for suzerain.
Quest
So
Knight.
we could train a knight. That would be nice. Train a knight? What's the other one? What's the other quest for the other?
Train a crossbowman. We were going to upgrade. We have another archer. We can
Yeah,
upgrade.
that pays for itself as soon as we do that, because it gives us 4 gold and it costs us 2 gold in upkeep. So that's just immediately worth doing.
Yeah, but we don't have the
Well,
money
the
for it.
question, yeah, and the question was, that's true, it's 200 gold, so that's a while. The question is, did we want to put in the double envoy thing, right? Is basically what you're looking at.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think I care about those ones being past level 1, any of them, which means I don't want to give up my envoy production. If that makes sense.
It does.
Do you care about any of those being past level 1?
I like getting suzerain bonuses, but I can defer to your judgment on that. It's not a big deal.
What's the Zanzibar bonus? That's actually a decent one. That's extra amenities.
Ooh, that solves one of our problems.
Yeah.
Not to mention they
it
also
does.
have citrus, which they would share. So that's
Yeah, but how
3
competitive-
amenities.
That's on the other continent. How contested is that one? Is that Greece's city-state?
An unmet player actually has 4, so we wouldn't even be the suzerain.
Yeah. So my thought here is that I don't care. I will take the freebie quest with that, and you're swaying me a little bit on the immediate production versus late game production for the other stuff. So especially since we haven't met one yet, and I'm not sure we're guaranteed there isn't even one in there. And the other quest was what now? There was a knight. What was the other military city-state quest?
We've got train a knight and send a trade route.
Is that doable for Kabul? No, not really, is it?
Not unless we somehow manage to get... we'd have to probably trade with Mabanza first, and then hope that the trade post actually works.
Yeah, okay, that's a non-issue then, especially since the bonus is short term. So unless we want to build a knight for any reason, I wouldn't mind saving an envoy for building a knight. How long is a knight? We're with the tech next turn. Okay, so let's change over our social policies. Grab the builder policy. Drop the seller policy. Excuse me. That's right. That's what I want there. I want to keep that. I don't want to do the other one because I don't think there's any point in having 2 in there as opposed to 1 for those city states. I don't care about the suzerain bonuses. So you're trying to replace charismatic leader, and the only thing you can replace it with is diplomatic league. And I don't think we care about diplomatic league for any of the military city states or the gold city state. I don't think we care
Okay. What about doing a temporary switch out of the Great Rider points?
for the diplomatic league stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could be talked into that if you really wanted to do that.
I just don't like the idea of wasting because it's such a situationally useful plus.
Okay.
Diplomatic league, you can only use it when they're at 0.
That's true.
So there's like an opportunity
And
cost.
it is possible we'll meet an industrial one while we have this policy in.
Mm-hmm.
Which
and what I've never done Great Riders, so how valuable is this Great Rider?
You'll get
points
too
per
many
turn?
great writers in the long run. What great writers, all the great writers, artists, and musicians, none of them have cool abilities. What they basically do is they become great. They become tourism works, and then the sooner you have tourism, the sooner it starts pressuring other civilizations. So we don't even have a district up to be able to use our writer yet. So there is some argument there that we don't need it quite yet, but it's just getting a jump on that while we can. So.
Okay, so that's a no then.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that exact policies right there. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we're gonna, okay, let's at least end the turn.
Why?
Yeah, well, no, because you weren't gonna ever do that. You're gonna upgrade one, and that one we were potentially getting a knight from because I wanted to see what the build time on a knight would be next turn.
Right, but for now we want to do this, don't we?
We're not building a settler yet. No.
Yeah, but we're building. Why not do it now?
Because there's no benefit to doing it now.
Well, it makes me feel good.
That does not count as a benefit for me.
Well, you're more okay. Okay, here's a valid argument. If we don't do it now, we might forget. If we do it now, we definitely won't forget.
I'm okay if we forget on this one.
I'm not okay with it. I want the production towards settlers.
I'll tell you what. The minute we start building a unit, we can revisit the discussion on that.
Okay, no problem. Which unit did you want to build?
I want to finish the industrial zone first.
Damn it! All right, if you forget, I swear, it's going to be the end of you.
All right.
All right. Can purchase with faith. Wonder completed. I swear we're still getting pop-ups about the Oracle. I swear that's been done for ages.
Have we not dismissed that for a while yet?
I've been trying. It won't let me. I think what's happening is that because there were 2 of them in one turn or something, I can't dismiss it.
From now on till the end of the game, we'll know about the Oracle.
Yeah,
we'll always have that rubbed in our face that we didn't get the Oracle.
Yeah, apparently.
Few inventions have been so simple.
All right.
So it's just a missionary turn this turn. I think that's the only thing we need to deal with. Oh, also a tech quest. No, we don't want that.
Go for the armory for... Well,
go a little bit further, actually. We're not going to be able to build an armory, so we don't really care about that. I kind of want to go for... it's actually one... I kind of want to go mass production, and then I want to get... if you go a little bit even further...
Mass production requires this.
Sure. That seems pretty good. And then see how mass production connects to industrialization? That tech is so good. Yeah, I think it's just no other prerequisites.
Nope. Great scientist is probably not going to happen.
Because what I have the thought of is this. So we're going to be settling a bunch of cities in between, or 2 or 3 cities in between our capital and Nidaros, right? That's where we want to settle them?
Yeah, probably like,
does
probably like one here and one down here, and maybe one over there, and then, I don't know, all over the place.
Does the AoE on the factories affect cities that don't have industrial zones? Do we know?
You're talking about a factory?
Yeah. So
bonus is extended to all cities within 6 tiles of the factory. So yes.
So if we settle a 1-pop city that has no production, and we have a building in 2 cities adjacent to it within 6 tiles of it that each give it 3 production, that's 6 production on a city that only has 1 production. That essentially is a huge boost to developing cities, which feels like it could be pretty strong.
Yeah. So you're saying that we want to do a honeycomb pattern, right? Where we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like we could go here and here and here. Well, in theory, we wouldn't go there. We would go 1 extra, but like 1 here, 1 here.
Yep, and then maybe if we can even fit more around the capital. If we're just going to get cities in right now, that would be fine. We're going to have to count amenities, but that's my rough thought.
Check this range out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could actually go here and on the rice. Yep. And we could go like one of these 2 down here, and then we could go one over somewhere over here. It's god-awful, horrible land here. But then you build like the industrial things, like... Yep. All in there, and
be pretty high. Same with entertainment districts. The second building, the first building's the arena. The second building's the zoo. The zoo entertainment is also amenities in an AOE, which is pretty nice.
We also like this location, but
yeah, maybe. It depends if we're going to build 5 settlers right now or not. I guess we could.
I was leaning towards multiples of 4, but I could be persuaded.
Yeah, I kind of.
Let's go for let's go from 4 cities to 20 cities. Sounds good.
Let's do missionaries.
Okay. This will be the last thing that we do then. Okay, so mine.
Is that the last charge?
Was it? Did I mess up? I didn't repair the building.
I thought we had 2. Yeah, exactly. We don't have our amenity back online yet.
It was. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention. What are we doing here? The city just finished something.
You're just trying to look for an excuse to build a unit so we can get that stupid envoy. And I know what's going on.
It's not my fault that there's no other thing here. The city is at 7 out of 10.
Well, we have an option here. We're about to... The next...
This thing can crank out production like crazy. It's got more production than our capital. 25 versus 20. This thing's...
Yeah. Do you know why?
Because the industrial zone.
Yes, exactly. Do you see why I'm in love with that?
Yeah. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of production.
The problem is we don't really want to reduce population in this city because it's still growing and it's got low food.
I mean, it's working some pretty crap tiles right now. These 2.
I kind of wish we had the builder policy right now because this would be a good city to build builders in as we're doing this. What else can we build in there? So here's another thing. We have a housing boost that comes. So the next government that we pick up gives you +2 housing for, I believe, ancient walls, but it might be these classical walls. We would have to check that double quick. But there's be 3-turn walls in here for 2 housing. It's a temporary boost because when we change government types again, we'll lose it. But it will be a boost when we get the next government before we get the government after that. I don't know if that's worth it or not. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, we need amenities.
I want to do that because there is a promotion that we can get, a Eureka, for having ancient walls. And I know for sure we haven't earned it yet.
I think we already have earned it. I think we passed the tech that it's for. And we built ancient walls in the capital to get that Eureka a while back.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm just getting confused.
Okay, then let's just do something else. Let's get another holy site. Holy site or a commercial would be great, or an entertainment district would be great. I'd take any of those.
Okay, we've already got 2 district adjacency bonuses here. A third one's not going to really help this, is it?
No, it's intervals of 2.
So there's really no argument for that. That's crap.
Why is that crap? That gives us 2 faith.
Right here, I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crap. I thought you meant the mountain one.
You'd have those 2. This one's decent. I don't see anything else being done over here, do you? Maybe.
That's where
a campus, in theory.
Yeah, but we can get the campus 1 tile to the west and still get it. We just have to purchase the tile later.
Okay.
We want faith right now, right? Because we want to buy these districts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks good to me.
Okay, and this builder was going to do a mine next to this.
Yeah, mines and lumber mills if we're doing lumber mills or whatever it is. We just need production in the capital because the production's a little bit sad there.
Yeah, okay. Missionaries.
Okay.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3 moves, and then we could convert once in La Venta.
Let's let the northern missionary do La Venta. Let's have this one do New York if we're just trying to get stuff. Oh, but New York's not. It's a done. We don't care about New York. We can let New York get passively pressured. There's no benefit to it going at all except pressure points, right? Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't give us faith, and we're not worried about purchasing the buildings yet. I just keep heading south with this one, and then that northern missionary can grab La Venta. Unfortunately, no. Yeah. And then just keep setting. This guy has 1 left too as well. Okay. All right. How many more missionary charges do we have going out that way? In other words, do we have enough, or do we need to send more missionaries? Because we'd like to do it all in one go if we could, like not wait and have half of it be converted. So that's 6 charges sailing over right there, and we have how many more walking down? 3.
9 charges total.
Oh, we have plenty.
12.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
14, 15 charges.
Perfect. So you know what we can do? We can spend 22 minutes on an episode, figure out what the best policy probably is, and then we just overkill it by bringing like 25. Like we did that with a calculation of 6, right?
Yeah, just 6 charges.
So we're
sitting over 20.
Yeah.
Nice. By the way, we're at 32 minutes, so we should probably wrap this one up.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again soon.
See you guys soon.